everyone has their own unique handwriting, handwriting analysis can be an important tool used for suspect identification in forensic science. One of the main points of handwriting analysis is to compare and contrast two sample handwritings to match evidence and pin down a suspect. Running? Like all evidence, documents need to be collected in a way to avoid cross-contamination in order to preserve the information it can lead to. All documents need to be collected while wearing gloves, never with their bare hands. They also need to be placed in plastic envelopes once collected. After this is done, they need to be placed into manila envelopes to ensure protection. Once inside the manila envelope, you need to insert a stiff backing to prevent any damage to the documents. Once packaged as described, you need to seal it, as well as mark it with descriptive notes to identify what it is. Yeah. To discern different handwriting, a forensic analysis will have a suspect write a word or phrase repeatedly. This will spur the suspect's real handwriting out of them. Once this is done, the analyst will compare the suspect's handwriting to the one being used as evidence. If for some reason the suspect is unable to complete this task, analysts will look for samples of their handwriting elsewhere. An analyst should always analyze the handwriting samples and look for distinct characteristics in each to compare and contrast them. Some of what analysts will search for are the size of the letters written, word spacing, letter and word slant, unusual formation of letters, flourishes, and any other individual attributes. Once the analyst has noticed some of these, they will compare the documents with each other to see if they match up. Finally, the analyst will evaluate the two documents and come to a conclusion. Of course, multiple characteristics need to be similar to declare a perp. Just one simple similar characteristic is not sufficient enough evidence to tie someone to a crime. An analyst will conclude if the two handwritings are similar enough based on their sense of judgment. So, as you can see here, we have two sample handwritings. This one was found at the crime scene, while this one of our suspects, we made her write. This one seems to have been rushed as it's not very...
Yeah, it's like messy, and this one's a lot better.
The geometric formation of this one is a lot more sloppy, a lot more like sluggish, like...
Mm-hmm.
Has a lot of strange characters, as you can see here.
Yeah.
A lot of the letters connect together, and it's, I want to say, a little bit slanted. I want to say that this handwriting...
Yeah. Kind of just, like, really bad, like, scripts.
Yeah, it looks exactly like that, and it just
like, it's not formal.
Yeah. It looks very rushed. As you can see, it's not in a straight line or anything like that. It looks messy.
Mm-hmm.
And the one our suspect wrote, although there is some similarities, as in the letters are all connected, it seems like sloppy script, not very formal. Very unusual characters, as we can see, the F is very long. This looks like an A almost. I mean, there are some similarities, as in some of the letters connect, but overall, you can tell this is not the same person. This did not come from the same source.
Definitely.
Yeah. As previously mentioned, you need gloves for all crime scenes to avoid cross-contamination with any evidence. Unfortunately, I only own fingerless gloves, but you would use something like a latex glove that obviously covers your fingers. Once your gloves are on, you need to take the document and place it into a paper envelope. And then once that is done, you need to take a manila envelope, place it in there, and then to avoid any further bending or ripping, just to preserve the document any further, you gotta place a stiff backing, and then seal it tight, and write any notes, any descriptive indicators to indicate what this is.